We are a little bit late starting, but I've got a lot of stuff to show and a lot of airbrushing that I did today. But just because I was sick, I took off basically 3 days from making cosplay stuff. So I'm a wee bit behind on what I wanted to do, but I still got a lot of stuff done, and I'm really excited to share it with y'all. And hi Mike, welcome on. Hi Raphaels, welcome. And everybody else, welcome back. Yay! So, and also, I had some mic changes and stuff, so please let me know if you need me to turn up my voice settings, or if you can't hear the music, or if something's too loud, just let me know so I can adjust it. So yeah, let's see what I did. Okay. Okay. So first, I'm really happy I've got all of my vacuum forming done, which are all of these pieces. Obviously they're not together yet, but in case you're wondering, these are the arm gauntlets, so it'll go like that. And roughly like that. So I still have to paint them, I still gotta round off the edges, but I'm really happy with how they came out. And with the glove on, they look really nice. So all of these are done for the left and the right arm, which means all my vacuum forming is done. And it was a very, very eye-opening experience, to say the least. I learned a lot from vacuum forming for the first time. A lot of what not to do. Improved a lot of things. So we'll see if I can use it in other cosplays. I'm kind of excited about that opportunity. Oh, and we got a supervisor coming. Let's see, can I turn it? So you can see her. Aww. Okay. She's gonna, that's like her new favorite spot right now. Okay, some of the other stuff I did. I gotta unscrew a piece real quick. Doo-doo-doo-doo, takes forever to screw. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. There we go. Alright, so I've got part of my staff starting to come together, and I'm really excited. The staff is going to be broken up into 3 pieces, where it's kind of the same process of how I made my Pink Mercy staff, except instead of 4, there's 3 because I have a larger suitcase. And they still have the same male and female screws, so they disassemble. And then this piece, I sanded it. I don't know if I actually did any of this part on stream or not. But this is not together, it's just kind of in place. But this is the PETG 3D printed filament, and this is ABS. The ABS has already have a coat of sandable wall putty. Basically, it's been sanded. The next step is to do sandable spray paint, but it's to help get rid of the stair-stepping process, so it looks smooth. And then you've got the acrylic rod that goes through here, and obviously none of it is painted. But I'm really happy with it, and it's basically there's just a hole in the bottom of the wooden dowel, and then the hole through this piece, and then this just goes in it. So, yeah. Ta-da! Nice and easy, and so I'm not going to glue any of it until it's all done painted. So first I'll have to cover this with some foam, and then it'll be plasti dipped. This part will be individually painted, as well as these pieces will be individually painted. And then once everything is sealed, then I will attach all the 3D printed pieces to the staff and the foam pieces and everything. The reason I do this process is because the finishing that you do with EVA foam versus the finishing that you do with 3D printed materials is slightly different. If you were to do plasti dip on your 3D printed pieces, it doesn't tend to stick very well and it'll peel off. So a lot of times I'll have to do them separately or cover or mask off the 3D printed area, and that way they have the different finishes of the sandable spray paint versus the Plasti Dip. If you're interested in that, I've done a bunch of videos before, my tips videos, so you can check those out on my website or on YouTube or on Patreon for the early access ones that aren't available anywhere else. So yeah, that's about it with that. I've got some more cool things though. So I've got the tip of the gem, or the staff now, is all printed. I had to do it in 2 pieces, so it's not glued together yet, just because I've got to glue certain things in it so it can light up. And it's just a little fairy light again with the clear acrylic rod. So it doesn't show up too much right now on stream, but it does light up a little bit. And this is only just with 1 strand of fairy lights, and I plan on doing at least 2, if not 3. So that way it has a little bit more of a glow, so you can see. And this is in front of a really, really bright window. But yeah, I'm happy with it. So to kind of show you, this was the top piece. The reason it had to be printed in 2 pieces, just like most 3D printers that are affordable for people to buy, there are limitations on heights and on lengths of pieces. So you do typically have to segment them so you can print them. So this is 1 piece, and then this is the other piece, and you can see in there, I've kind of got the fairy lights kind of shoved in there so you can see. But adding a few more will definitely make it pop a little bit more. And this whole gem is also going to be painted just like the wings part I did. And then there's just a hole for the rod to stick in. And then just like the bottom part of the staff that I showed, this part will end up going into the top part of the wooden staff. So this will be its own little segment. Yeah, did that. I've got the, you know, on the staff there's the 3 wings on it. I've got all of that done, so now I'm doing like the next sections on the staff. So it's a slow process, a lot of CAD work. I've been kind of balancing it with me being sick on, like, okay, I don't really want to work, but I can do a little bit of CAD, so it's been a little, but Christmas lights, I know, I might. Okay, and then besides that, what we're going to be working on today is some pieces that I'm really excited about. So first is the shoe. I literally just finished painting them, so that's why I have a little bit of blue. I've got most of it off, but I do have a little bit of blue still on me. And so yeah, we're going to be taking off this, and then we're going to be doing detail painting on the shoes. And then, hi Magic Marker Studios, welcome on. How are you doing? And then these are the other parts of the shoes. So it's like silver on the back. And the boot covers are done. This was like a surprise because I haven't touched this in a very, very, very long time. And I finally got it all working. So excited. And then I'll show you once we get all the tape off. If you remember me talking about vacuum forming pieces, there are some vacuum forming pieces that come on here, but they will not be attached until this is finished being painted and sealed and the vacuum form pieces are done and sealed, and then I will attach them. So that's a whole nother, wow. Sore from Anime Fest this past weekend. Oh, nice. I mean, not nice that you're sore, but nice that you got to go. Was it fun? And choose everyone. So yeah, so this took a very long time. So I had to sand everything. But we're gonna be doing detail painting on all these pieces today. So let's start removing some tape. We'll see how long that takes. These are like some of my favorite pieces though. And this is the like time you get to see the mess ups, because how I do my masking tape and everything, tape only protects as much as it can, but it does still sometimes go underneath the tape. Sometimes you, when you remove the tape, realize, oh, there wasn't tape there at all. So yeah, this is the point. You get to see all the imperfections and how we fix them. Painting tape, so much tape. Oh yeah. Lots and lots of tape. Taping it. Okay, so y'all know I've been playing a lot of DayZ, and I found out my base I had in a police station. Well, in the server I'm on, you can't have bases in the police station, and so I went exploring for other places. I had like a full-on base too, and I went exploring for another place. Everybody basically has every city walled off. I'm not too happy with the server I'm on. But, so I decided to go to one of my original base locations. The only problem is, on auto run, it's a 30-minute run one way. And I have to make like 10 trips. So while I've been doing that on auto run, I've been watching Glow, the 3rd season, and taping these. So it's kind of worked out, but I still have like another 3 runs to go. So yeah. Hi, No Spaceship, welcome on. Yeah, you had a great time. Got to meet Cassie and Ganoza. Didn't win anything in the contest though. Wait to get the results from that, to see what you can improve. Oh, they give you information on competing. I'd be curious. I haven't done too much competing before. Like, I've done A-Con, I've done San Japan, I've done Ikicon, and then obviously I'm doing TwitchCon now. But otherwise, I haven't really done too much competing, and none of the competitions I've done have given feedback to the contestants. I've done some where I've judged, and my scores go back to the contestants, but I have no idea. So I'd be interested if you would care to share once you get those back. Hi, Adam. And we're doing lunch tomorrow, right, Adam? Please. I had to go to my P.O. box tomorrow. Yeah, you asked for it. So we can get the comments and scoring from the judges. You think the names are kept off of it, which is fine. You just want to know why you got edged out. Okay. Heard about anime art. Nope, I have not, Mike. So here's these pieces without the tape on them. Not too bad. We only have a little bit of detail. We're gonna go for this one, putting the black line around it. And once we do the seal on these, they'll really pop and it won't look so dull. I got to take a picture though. We do have to do some pictures just so I can keep this all going for my tips. Except they're so dark. Kinda work. Yeah, I've done, for some of the judging that I've done at competitions, I've had contestants personally come up to me and ask me questions like how can they improve, even the people that have won, which I really liked that. They came over and would talk to me about like, you know, is there anything I can do to improve my skit and my costume and this and that and that, and I'm very blunt on things and I tend to not sugarcoat. So I know a lot of people either really love that or they really hate that. But they all liked it. The people that asked anyway. Okay, so now let's remove the tape on the shoes. happy the gem looks pretty good with the color difference. Kind of helps. Still really dark in here. Okay. Da, da, da. Yeah, it's been interesting with the zipper painting. Cause if you remember, this whole shoe used to be white, and we covered the whole thing in EVA foam. All for that, but you didn't want to come across as being a sore loser, but you just asked if you could get the results later, and I pressed it was just a test run for San Japan, but you were hoping to be flexible. Okay. Yeah, good luck with San Japan. I am not going this year. I've competed there once, and that was just when I was getting back into cosplaying. I wasn't really doing it seriously. And it was an interesting competition. I think it lasted like 4 or 5 hours, and I left before even the results because I was just like, I'm done with this. I need food. It's 11 p.m. We've been here since like 4. I need to eat. And there was a really bad singer like the whole entire time. But yeah, so here's the shoe. Woot. It really reminds me of the Combat Medic Ziegler boots. But Mercy's, for this specific skin, the shoes actually are connected to the boots. But I need it to be a little bit more functioning, so we made it into separate pieces. So. San Japan Contest is very cool. They let you choose your own stage music and everything, plus you get to be on the actual stage, not some temporary thing. Yeah. It was, when I did it, like, of course you have the stage, but it wasn't, I don't know if you got to choose your music or not, so. But good luck! Henny Country Girl, welcome on. Hi, Foo. Fur, sorry. Oh my gosh, I just totally misread your name. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Screams like your Nash is It's been a while. I'm still a bit sick, so I'm trying to get over it. I've taken some Advil now, so hopefully that'll help a little bit and I'll lighten up a little more. Oh. It's going good. Thanks for asking. How about yourself? Yeah, we are getting pretty close to having this cosplay done now, which I'm really excited about. I would say we are now like 85% done with the costume, and that's including the staff and everything. So yeah, my checklist is just about only 1 page now. When we started, it was at 5. Good, just finishing making a shirt and now cleaning your room. Oh, you're making a shirt? What are you making a shirt for? Hi Jim, welcome on. Okay, so here's your shoes. You do a quick picture, because you know I got to take the pictures. Okay, there. So yeah, the things that we just took off, these pieces technically go on to here. But I didn't attach them because they're gonna end up being Velcroed. Just because there's a zipper, and also for transporting, it's gonna be a lot easier to have this off than on. And I will not attach these. We'll end up having Velcro, but I won't add the Velcro. Oh yeah, you can see there. We gotta really clean that one up. But we'll end up attaching the Velcro once everything is sealed. pictures of everything? Oh, yeah. Well, that way I can make the videos and for the Tiff's Chips ones. Oh, why'd you unfocus? There we go. Camera unfocused really badly for some reason. You were at a Ren fair last week, got a really cute shirt and figured you'd have enough scrap fabric to make the perfect top for it. Oh, nice! That's cool. I really want to go to Ren Fest, but I can't this year just because of TwitchCon, and then I've got Wichita Falls after that, and like it's just kind of bad timing for me this year. So we'll see. Okay, now to remove the tape on these. So these are the actual boot covers, just all flat. It's a lot easier to paint like this, and then afterwards, once it is sealed and everything, I'll end up using a heat gun, and then we'll bend it a little bit more. And you can use a heat gun to bend your EVA foam props after they are done being painted and sealed, if it's not completely covered in hand acrylic paint. You can do it if you airbrush paint. So, and we've done that before for Ruler on stream. That was a lot of fun freaking out people. Okay. It's like unwrapping Christmas presents and seeing what's inside. And you're either really happy with the outcome or you're really disappointed because there's paint everywhere under the tape. Yeah, it's been like a nightmare painting these, just because the last few days that I've been painting, it's been 105 outside when I'm in my garage. Yeah, there's a lot of sweat. Ugh. Kind of not feeling well was not the best thing. But the show must go on! And I just want to be done with this cosplay, because I want to start my next one. And I've already told everybody on my private Patreon exclusive Instagram what the next cosplay will be. So, you'll have to stay tuned to find out. Yeah, a little bit of blue right there. You don't see it too much. So we'll have to do some touch-up painting on there. All the secret hearts in the cosplay that they did for Mercy. I think she's got, like, the staff has one or two, the boot covers each have one, what else had them? I think there's like one other place that they added in kind of like a heart shape. And this right here I forgot to cover, so I won't be surprised. Actually, it looks like it's not covered in blue. Awesome. I noticed that when I started airbrush painting, it was like, oh, I forgot to cover this part. So did anybody else do anything fun? We've got a couple of people that went to some conventions this weekend. We've got someone that went to Ren Fair. Anybody else do anything exciting? I worked on cosplays while I was sick and played a lot of DayZ. Oh, and I did manage to go to the river though on Friday. That was a lot of fun. I planned on streaming and I just, as the day kept going, I kept feeling worse and worse, so I ended up just like lying down for a while. And then around like 5, 6, I was able to kind of get up and like my roommate dragged me to go out to the river because I needed to get out of the house. So that was nice. Yeah, another book cover. And this is the part that has the vacuum forming piece on it. Which is this piece, and it's not painted, but it'll end up being a very light dusting of blue and purple, and then in each of these little grooves, if you can see them, are gonna be a very vivid, like, turquoise blue. And that will end up being attached right here. And it does not make sense whatsoever. Doesn't make sense in the cosplay why it's there. So, but at least they're not on the inside of her legs, so you don't rub them. But yeah, so we have these pieces made, and I still gotta paint. But I don't want to bend this just because when you bend it more when it's not in its final state before using a heat gun to bend it, you're more likely to crack your paint. So I don't want to bend it fully in shape. 2 hobbits didn't come to your garage and put nothing in. What? It's like, did I read that right? I'm so confused. Sounds like you had an interesting weekend though. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is really hot. This morning it was nasty. No, don't zoom in. These Tiff Tiffs videos are going to be a little bit more yellowy orange. Okay. I have to say, for all of the Mercy skins, the paint scheme and everything is my favorite for this one. Just because I got to do all the galaxy kind of magic in it, and I've really been enjoying airbrush painting. I am so happy I switched from hand painting everything to doing airbrush painting. And you can see the difference very much so in like the different uses of material versus painting as well. From like Valkyrie Mercy and Combat Medic Ziegler Mercy, both of those were hand painted. And then Pink Mercy and this one obviously are airbrush painted. Did anybody watch the anything from Gamescom yet? I saw the Xbox announcement stuff this morning, and a couple of stuff on there that, just because I've been out of date on like what is coming out, but there's a couple of stuff that I was like, I may look into this. Like apparently the creators of DayZ made another kind of DayZ game, which is interesting since they haven't finished DayZ, I don't think. Maybe they did, I don't know. And then there was like, they showed, talked about Borderlands for, at least for the Xbox, but it didn't seem like they gave any new information. What other stuff? I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff. I was kind of just listening to it in the background. And I know that, I think right now they're actually live with their next part, so I'll have to rewatch that. Where they're announcing, I think like 18 new games or debuting some trailers or something like that. So if anything pops up, feel free to let me know. And I'm excited to, one of the cosplayers that I follow and I really admire, her name is Lightning Cosplay. Definitely go follow her. But she's in the UK and does amazing costumes and stuff that light up, and she's doing like for Gamescom, she's working for like 4 different companies this weekend, and she's the one that like made most of the, I think they're Dark Soul costumes for their upcoming game, if I have that game title right. She's also helping the Monster Hunter World booth as well. She made some swords for them. And then also for Cyberpunk, she was doing one of their weapons or something, I think, or maybe a cosplay for it. I don't know. Like actually working for them though. But I know that, because I was curious in it, is that there is a Cyberpunk costume competition at Gamescom. And if you're interested, they're still doing, it's one where whoever wins that competes with, I think it's PAX East and then one other convention. And then there's like 5 people online that can submit, and it's for a prize pool of $40,000. So if you're interested in that, you can check out their website. That is not an ad that I'm being sponsored for, but it was something that I was interested in, but it's like too intense for me right now. And like, I like Cyberpunk, I want to play it, but I don't think it's really like my cosplay, something I want to cosplay. I don't know. So, but her stuff's amazing. You're looking at her Instagram today? Yeah. Yeah, I think I shared yesterday her on my story on Instagram, my main account. So, whoosh. So that's all the pieces that we have for unveiling the tape. And next is to start doing detail painting. We'll have to do, obviously, some touch-ups here. Let's see if I can... It may be weird, but I've realized that spit sometimes gets rid of the unwanted airbrush paint. But a lot of times you have to be really fast about it, and I think I was a little too late on these. Oh well. Okay. Sure, let's get started. Let's get started. Okay. And for my detail painting, I always use the Liquitex heavy body acrylic paint. It is a little bit more pricey than your normal stuff, but it makes everything look so much better, and it looks professional, and we missed some tape, and it doesn't look muddy. Where a lot of the cheaper brands, you can still get a pretty good result, but they look muddy in the end. So if you're not trying to do like a Monster Hunter cosplay, you might want to stay away from it. Hi, Just Great, welcome on. How are you doing? Okay, so let's see. Just kind of look it over. I think we might do black first. And I'll zoom in our camera so you can see a little bit more. And I actually brushed my hair today. I have not brushed my hair in a few days. I mean, I've washed it, I just haven't brushed it. Great, just fending off coworkers for a few more hours. Oh, yeah. Oh, you did something the other day asking for suggestions on what to make food-wise on your stream. I still want my green eggs and ham. If you haven't done that already. Oh, okay, okay. Alright, so I'm just going around the edges. I normally do this to most of my cosplays when I airbrush paint them because it just makes everything pop that much more. The acrylic paint does look a little bit more dull compared to the airbrush paint. And for that reason, I do a satin clear enamel spray paint on top, and that helps everything when you're using different types of media for painting have the same type of shine and consistency. Sorry. You did test it, it was super simple. Okay. Maybe it's green eggs and ham. So green eggs and green ham and green milk and like green toast and stuff. That just makes me think of when I was a kid in elementary school. My mom used to buy like the holiday bread, and around like St. Patrick's Day they had green toast available, and it was a cool thing for me. Everybody, like, I could care less what other people thought about me in school. I just thought they were stupid. Like, they made fun of me for like, ew, you're eating green toast. I'm like, do you want some? Tastes like normal bread. I don't care. And then they tried and then stopped making fun of me, and it's like, oh, okay. Sorry. Side note. Yeah, I don't know how you would make green toast though. Besides like bake or like making your actual own bread and baking it and stuff. I don't know. Green toast is easy, just let it sit. So you could get some dough, then add food coloring to it. You could do that with cookies too. But I feel like it would just be like a food coloring stream for you. How are you doing, Mel? Oh, did you notice on Discord, we moved bases? For DayZ. So apparently one of the server rules is you can't build in a military base. So our base is now where when we very first played, it's back there. But it's a 30-minute run on auto run. So, and I don't have everything there yet. Should you name it Green Day? Yeah. But can you build around a town with a base? I think you actually can. Or you mean like rules or like... They didn't... Okay, so... I spent a whole day playing DayZ, running around the whole entire map, and I marked out where every single base was. Each of those bases, if they don't have a question mark, are basically a town that you cannot go into. So yeah, just build a bigger wall that, yeah. But I'm actually kind of disappointed about that. I don't like that everybody is just building a huge base, and the fact that, so you do not find any cars or any tents on the server now, just because all of the bases that I ran past, some of them literally have like 20 car tents and like just in their base, and each one is just nothing but tents and stuff. And it's no surprise we don't find any of them. It's because there's no more left in the server, which means you have to buy them. And I kind of don't like that about this server, just because it means basically all you're doing is going to a military base and you're just getting a bunch of shit to go and sell and then buy your gear that you want. And I don't want that. But I'm still considering, actually I want to apply tonight hopefully, but the red zone. And that one is really RP intense. The one we're on is still RP, and there's a bunch of rules about if you talk about you're having mic issues or anything that, like, stuff like that, then you can actually get kicked from the server. I don't know how much they're reinforcing that, but I know for sure the red zone it is. But that's my goal, is to go there. And I know you don't, for people that do get accepted, typically you can't play for like, I think a month or two, so. Yeah, you just didn't think there's anything you can do except have your own server. You'll be out of town, don't ask for the details, just, or they keep changing. Wait, what? Oh, for Daisy, Jim. Yeah, if anybody's interested, I'm on a, it's called Trump's Wall. We are not going into politics on that, but that's the server's name, and it's the RP whitelisted one. So that's the one that I am currently playing on. But it's also a PvE, and you can only do KOS in military zones. And so, I don't know. But it's a good one for my first time RPing, like kind of learning, and for our stuff to roll away. So yeah. You're just thinking that unless a server has a rule against building around towns, every server has that problem? No, so the red zone does not. And that, actually, I've been watching the owner of the stream, and I think they have rules on that, but that one is more about your RPing. It's not everybody in the game is trying to build a base. And definitely watch the Jam Jar if you are interested in that mill, because that's what I'm wanting to do, is that kind of RPing and that kind of, like, you actually make a character, if you die then you have to come back as a different character kind of thing. And that one, the red zone, it moves around besides the main military bases, and you can build in the red zone, you can build in hospitals and all that, but it's more of, there are no traders, like NPCs traders, which I like that. I don't like that on the server that we're on right now, because you can just buy anything. All of the traders are real people, and so if they die, then that's it, kind of thing. But I like how they do a lot of their stuff a lot more. Yeah, the trader definitely breaks the game, because then all you have to do is, okay, well, I can't find nails, so I'll go buy more nails, kind of thing. And the server that we're on, if you find nails in the server that we're on, like in one place, that whole town has nothing but nails. Or code locks. I ended up finding 8 code locks in a town. Each code lock is like $300 or whatever their currency is in the game. So it's good, but it's also, I want to find a car, and I want to assemble a car myself, and I want to find everything, and like, I want that grind in a game. I don't want, okay, I went to a military base, I grabbed everything I found, and now I go sell it. Okay, now I can build this, and it's not as fun. Just grab a bunch of crap guns and exchange. Yeah, exactly. Hi Neb, welcome on. How are you? And I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Sorry on my DayZ rant. That's like my game right now for me playing. So, yeah. You need to be playing PUBG or Apex. But I don't want to do a battle royale. I did see, so they showed the season 4 of PUBG trailer. And y'all know I was obsessed with PUBG. No sighing, aw. No, I was obsessed with PUBG when it first came out. Y'all know I was a big fan of TSM, but it just, I found some other stuff now. And Apex I never really got into. It's kind of like Fortnite to me. They apparently buffed the graphics in PUBG. Yeah, I saw It's more pretty, but it's... How to explain it? It's like you got the blur tool in Photoshop and did that on the whole entire thing, and everything looks a lot more clean, but then it's also kind of off, but you can't quite tell. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like hiding the rough edges again. You might become completely absorbed with World of Warcraft next Tuesday, so if you go missing, that's where you are. Oh yeah, honestly, I wasn't sure when that came out yet, but I know a bunch of people are gonna start going like AFK on me, and I'm not gonna know, but I'll just assume that y'all are in WoW. That's one of those games that I would probably really love to play, but I should never even try, because the moment I do, I'm then gone. I have a really hard time with games like that I just get sucked into it and then I have no life. You're being dragged into WoW. You shall see how that goes. Oh yeah. Don't go near. It's like, caution, caution, stay away, because you will be sucked in. Oh, so you can really see here now. So that's the part that we'll have to clean up. Unfortunately, the silver acrylic paint is not the same color, so we'll get as close as we can. But luckily, they're just the shoe pieces, so it shouldn't be too bad. 14 years later, still playing. It's WoW Classic. It's a trap, you know? Yeah, from my understanding is this one has all the original like grind to it for everything. I never played WoW, so I don't know your exact terms or everything. I've watched some of my friends, but I definitely tried to stay clear of that just because of how obsessed I get with games like that. Like everything that people miss, so they're releasing it again or something? I don't know, y'all have better words than me on that. I'll be curious on how many streamers who stream a bunch of different types of games then go over to that and then are sucked in there and don't stream anything else. I'm right? Okay. Of course I'm right. I'm always right. Thank you for acknowledging that. You feel like it's all nostalgia, and once that's over, or over it, we'll be dead. Yeah. I don't know, I think a lot of people, I personally think a lot of people that grew up with it have families now, and I think a lot of people will probably try to get their family to join them, maybe. Maybe. You're always right when you agree with me. How's your streaming going, Fur? Such stream goes okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad it goes okay. Still planning on keep streaming, or is it kind of like you're just doing it whenever, or? So I know beforehand you were saying that you tried it and then stopped. No. Yeah, you do it at least 4 times a week now? Oh, nice! Yeah, I ended up following you, but I haven't been able to catch any of your streams. Almost done with this piece, and then we'll have to switch to silver. How has the cosplay been coming along? Haven't really been able, or been on a while. It's going okay. We're about 85% done with this cosplay, and we're on day 45 now. So it's going okay. Just been sick lately, so I haven't been able to kind of work as much as I wanted. Yeah. And I'm really happy because the staff fits in my box so I can fly with it, and so does the wings. And so the big thing is once I finish the cosplay, then I'll have to do the engineering on the packing. And each of the wings I'll have to make like a little box with some just like protection stuff and all. The box that I have, it's stupid huge for flying. But I know with those boxes, it's just gonna be tossed and thrown. Unlike a suitcase, suitcases, it's still tossed and thrown, but that one's a little bit more protected and a little more compact, where a huge box is more likely to get kind of abused. So I've got to really be careful with how I pack it, and I do have my tickets, so I'm happy about that. My flight tickets, I got my hotel tickets, so we're all good for TwitchCon. But yeah, so it's a matter of just like, oh, the airline that I'm going is American Airline, and you have to pay for like every bag. So it's one of those where I gotta kind of figure out like packing. And my handler is gonna be Crimson Coming, my roommate. Just because he's gonna control, if you remember the wings, they move, and they're controlled by the person you do not know behind the curtain, that kind of thing. So, like, we're gonna also have to figure out, I know the batteries will be able to fly and all of that, but I have to make sure everything's in specific kind of packaging, and they go in these places and these places, and just kind of, it's a lot of like, okay, look up, how many can I have in one backpack? Because there's a limit on how many batteries you can also put in a bag on the plane. And then I think you get one carry-on bag for free, but then each bag after that, per person, one bag I think is like, ooh, I wrote it down. So the first bag is $30, and then the second bag for each person is then $40, and then the third bag is $150, and then it goes to $200, and so it's like one of those where it's like, okay, both of us have a carry-on, shove as much shit as you can, and then use the first bag for each of us, because it's the cheapest, for the cosplay stuff. So. What's the range on the radio signal for the wings? Last time, for Combat Medic Ziegler, we never tested the range, but we've done it before where I was at least 30 feet away. It's one of those where I'm gonna have to, once we get to TwitchCon, I'll have to talk to some of the staff and see on stage how far we can go with the moving wings. So yeah, or like where he can actually stand too, because I don't want to tell y'all my plan. Oh, but he kind of has to watch for me to do certain signs on when I want the wings to open and close. At least in my head, I picture this. But I'm gonna watch last year's TwitchCon competition to see. I don't quite remember if it's just a walk on and then you walk off, or if it's a walk on and then they talk to you and then you walk off. I know it was either TwitchCon or BlizzCon. One of them did that, and I don't remember which one was which. Yeah. Well, the wings, they fully disassemble. So they come apart in 2 pieces. So that's all good. Alright, so our black is done, and I need to do this touch up on the silver. Why take a plane when you have your own wings to... Thanks, Just Great. Thanks. Yeah, I got it. I'm going on Thursday. I think I wrote down... Let's see. Yeah, so I leave on Thursday at 2:30 and I arrive at 7:15 there. About a 7-hour flight. And then I come home on Monday around noon. I leave there and then I arrive around 7:40. So, good on that. Okay, I did that. But yeah, I wanted to make sure to get there a day beforehand. Not just to pick up badges, but in case my ginormous box for everything, if it for some reason doesn't go on the plane, because I transfer, on each flight I transfer one plane. Excuse me, I have hiccups. So in case it doesn't arrive, I want to make sure I still have another day before the competition that I can get it. Heading to play some Overwatch, might be back later. If not, have a great rest of your day. Well, thanks for stopping by, Neb, and have a fun time playing Overwatch. It's in total, like, the only stuff that have to go into the large box is the staff has to, and then only half of the wings have to go in there. The other half can go in my normal suitcase. And then the leather pieces I also want to go in there, because with leather you don't want to bend it as much as possible. You feel like meeting up with you on Thursday would be a mad rush as you'll be so focused on competition. For me, probably Thursday, this is at least in my head, I haven't fully thought through yet, but Thursday probably wouldn't be a good day, actually. Just because I'll wanna, once I land, I'll have to get my bags, and then I'll have to figure out food, because I won't have eaten then. I don't know if it's an hour before or an hour after me, or if it's 2 hours. I need to figure that out too. But for me, the first thing will be get to the hotel and unpack the costume and see if anything broke. Just because it's a 7.5 or 7, I think I said 7-hour flight. So I gotta make sure. Well, I don't know if that's considering the layover, but yeah, 2 hours behind Central Time. So it would be noon right now? Is that what you're saying? Or 12:22, I think. But yeah, if anything's broken, then I'll have to go and see where I can get materials to fix, or like epoxy. You can't fly with epoxy, you can't fly with contact cement glue because they're both flammable. So those are like, I'll have tape on me. Yes, exactly. Okay, thank you. Somebody's stupid hungry then. I mean, that works out because that means I'll be able to eat early before competitions and stuff. But yeah, so that'll be my kind of plan, is unpack, make sure the wings are all fit, or not fixed, but like they're all working. We'll have to make sure like everything is there. I got all my suitcases. I'd say I'd go out for a drink with you, Just Great, but I know it's you and drinking, so we'll figure it out at time. Okay, so those are done. Okay, next is our boots. And with these, we are going to be doing some gym painting too. So you can see it's a tiny bit lighter, and we're going to end up doing just a little bit to it. So let's kind of look to see if there's anything we got to repaint. I think we're actually pretty good on this. And I did end up painting the zipper. So it wasn't a bright silver. You can't, for the Undead Legacy mode, to update first. Wait. Can't wait, you really want to play with. Wait, what's this mode? You think you're on American too? Remind me to ask you about flight info later. Yeah. Oh, what hotel are you staying at? Just Great. Hi, Eldian. Welcome on. Oh, it's so cute. Ooh. Cheers, everyone. Or you can, I guess, message me on Discord if you don't want to. I don't know if I should say where I'm staying. Probably not. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be kind of obvious because I'm going to be the one walking around in Mercy Wings and you'll be able to find me anyway, but... yeah, it would be really nice if... So, because I'm staying an extra day and everything, I think it'd be really nice to, if anybody wanted, or is going to TwitchCon, to like maybe see if anybody wanted to go out for a drink. I know a bunch of people, they try to meet their fans and everything. But I've never been to TwitchCon, so I don't really know how this works there. Obviously, I've done a lot of other cons, and I've been a guest at a bunch of other ones, but it's kind of like, I don't know this one, it's a whole new thing for me. write on that paper? Let me look on this. Okay. I would love if 7 Days to Die had a new map. I really, really want that to be a thing. I don't know if they're working on that or not. Because that was probably one of the most fun games I've played in a very long time. Oh, so there's a little silver dot there. I mean, a blue one. New map, there's always random gen. Okay. I'm good with that. It's like, technically we could co-stream that. We're playing no matter what you say once Undead Legacy comes. Okay, okay. I had a lot of fun with that game, so. Greetings and salutations, dear leader. Thank you, Shane, for the 1,000 biddies. Grump, 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 grump. How are you doing? It's been a while. And you're not supposed to do that. You know that. Don't do it. Stop that. We are currently working on our Atlantic All-Stars Mercy cosplay for TwitchCon's cosplay competition from Overwatch. Shoes. There we go. You've seen that you've been helping Jason out a lot more lately or something? You'll be back. We'll message you later about that stuff. Okay, cool. You're well, almost done restoring your sister's 65 Mustang. Nice. Yeah, I didn't know exactly what you were helping with or anything. I know I see some pictures and then I'm just like, I don't know what's new. And then I saw Jason's doing some truck or something. You've been helping Jason out because he is helping you out. Okay. Oh, question. We don't have an event in 2 weekends, do we? I don't think we do, but I just want to make sure. Answer. Thank you. Thank you. That was a great answer. Like, I'm all messed up because our last event wasn't a World War II one, it was the Vietnam. So I'm kind of like all confused on which events do we do now? No, we don't have anything. Okay, cool. Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure, but good to know. I need to do a trip back to Austin so we can have the whole tank crew go out or something. The fundraiser in October? What is that? Yeah, I know the whole G company, they do like their summer barbecue thing or whatever, but I'd like us to kind of do something together too. I'd have to stay at Josh's place though, so that way I can get drunk with everybody. Since I'm now again a 2-hour drive away. Oh. And thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're enjoying the stream, press that follow button. It is greatly appreciated, and you can also have it where above my head, you can have it where you can get notifications on when I go live. Yee. There's a sleepy kitty. I need to like move my little things again. She's been sleeping on the other side. I did not go to A-Fest, so no, I did not have a good time at A-Fest. But welcome on. How are you? Yeah, my next con is going to be TwitchCon for the cosplay competition. Thought I had gone, no, that's okay though. I think we probably talked about it or something last stream. And then the next con after TwitchCon is I'm a guest at Wichita Falls Comic Expo. And then that's the last ones that I know for sure. You're excited to watch? Yeah. I'm gonna try to host it on my Twitch channel, but it'll also be on probably the front page of Twitch when they do the cosplay competition, I'm guessing. Jeep Rally and MASH themed Halloween party? I think I saw something on Facebook about that, but I don't really know anything about it. Like, is that something where we're supposed to be there? Also, I saw the pictures of the new... Like, I wasn't concerned with the door to the museum building, but their little, arch in front. Whew. That's gonna be really hard for us to get in there, because we used to always park there and then pull forward to the tree and then align it, so now it makes it even more difficult for us to have even less room. You have info you can send, not necessarily, but we could be. Jason already measured it. Oh, no, so, what I'm meaning is, sorry, tank stuff real quick. If you're new, I'm a World War II reenactor for an M4A3 Easy 8, and occasionally we have tank conversations. Yeah, so right now the museum... So this is the museum door, and then you've got the hallway, and then the tank parks there. And then if you remember, there's like the little parking spots, and then there's the road, and then there's the tree, and we always align the track right here with this tree. So we'd always end up parking in there, and then coming forward to align to back up. But now it's, we can't really, yeah, less wiggle room. It'll take us a little bit more practice going back and forth, to say the least. has the paint on the zipper handle. Should be fine. It'll have a little bit of flakage, but... Or a lot of flakage. Oh no. Yeah. That's just where I didn't paint it. So, not too bad. You can see where the shoe is white beforehand. So it'll have a little bit come off, but it shouldn't be... It at least won't be like vivid silvery bright. The tank can turn in reverse without... Oh, true. I always forget about that. I feel like the structure doesn't block the tank. When the museum just spent like a year making a new entry and stuff, and it would be very, very bad to make Colonel Hunt upset. Just gotta be careful. Yeah. I shouldn't be taking it off too much, so. You had me nervous though when I pulled her. It was like, it's completely silver. But then I realized, oh yeah, that's because the zipper thing has been there the whole time. I should have moved it when I painted it, and I should have done the inside as well. But, oh well. Always keeping me on my toes. Honestly, if it comes off, it's like, it comes off. So, nothing I can really do about it. It's just to make it, doing the bit of painting on it so it's not so in your face. There is a silver zipper there. I mean, if it really bothered me, I could end up doing like I could have done like a little flap to go over and done Velcro, but that just would have been, I think, probably a little more distracting and not as necessary. Yeah. Because last weekend there was Anime Fest, there was it Fan Expo Boston? I kept confusing those, just because of my dyslexia and everything, because of the F's in both of them. And it was like, I'm confused, what's going on? But there was a lot of them going on, and there's a couple other ones, I don't know all of them, but seeing my Instagram feed was like nothing but con pictures for everybody. It's like, we're here! It's like, I'm not. But it's been nice to kind of have a break from going to conventions to work on these. That and, like, since I just moved, like, what was it, a month and a half ago? Feels like so much longer, though. I'll be doing a photo shoot, maybe this weekend, maybe sometime next week, for my Patreon tiers, for the bathing suit Polaroid tier, for the fan sign, and for the, well, not for the print tier this time. I am considering for future print tiers, not this exact month, but maybe next month or maybe the month after, for having a Patreon exclusive print that's not available on my website. Just like my Polaroids are not available on my website. So I'm working on that. We're slowly starting it since I've only I only consider myself doing this new version of Patreon for like, this is my second month now, I think. So I'm excited. That way I can continue to live off of making cosplays and doing pictures for y'all and continue to stream, of course. Obviously being sick has not helped with that too much. We will get our schedule back online and eventually get our Friday gaming streams back. I miss those. Like, we haven't done a gaming stream on Twitch in, I want to say almost 3 months now. It's been very weird. Okay, there's a little bit there that we're gonna have to paint. There. Okay, and then we're gonna do the inside here. Still haven't gamed with me, feel a little ashamed of that. I think, didn't you buy like Fallout 76 when I started playing it and you never ended up playing with me on that either? And I think you got Sea of Thieves, but you never ended up playing with me on that. But I feel like you're also busy. Especially when you have to like, go and do your military stuff. Never got Sea of Thieves? Okay. Yeah, that was fun though when I played that. I played Sea of Thieves with Just Great and with Brian from the Tank Crew. Except he was never on voice chat, so I kept getting texts from him or whatever. It's like, I don't have my phone on me. And he played that on Xbox when I was on PC. Neither did you, just did a free month. Yeah, you didn't like it though, I thought. It was a lot of fun to watch. Oh, I think that's one of my most popular clips is playing Sea of Thieves. It's one of them where we were on a team of 4, my crew, and I decided to grab one of the explosion barrels from the crow's nest, and while everybody was raising the anchor, I just happened to go along and put the barrel next to everybody and blow up everyone, including the ship, and we all 4 died and lost everything. That was a fun time. But yeah, we still went back and we got most of our stuff back, but it was like, I think it took like an hour or 30 minutes to get it back. Hi Discord, but welcome on. What a crazy day at work. What happened? Also, thank you for joining Patreon. And I did a little message on my main Instagram in the story, just to say thanks. So, I'm going to start doing that for all my new Patreons. And tomorrow is when I plan on going to the P.O. Box. I'm doing lunch with Adam and then P.O. Box. So. It was fun, but shallow, so the content got old super. Yeah. You think you gotta watch that clip? Everybody's like, Tiffany, what did you do? Nothing. Everything happens a lot, and you're welcome. Didn't expect the story either, no worries. Take your time. Hopefully you'll like it and can get some use out of it. Okay, awesome. I still have no idea what it is, so yeah. I touched the paint. Yeah, it's something where I considered doing it in the past, but then I didn't know. I don't want people to like know how much people do for each tier, because I think it's more of a private thing, but then I still want to say thank you, but then I wasn't quite sure, but then yeah, I decided to. So you remember my guinea pig? Thanks. Excellent. Yeah. What would the other pirate, or what was the other pirate, the one, oh, that one was Atlas. That one was a lot of fun, but it was a little bit more serious, and basically you got attacked all the time when you were offline. And so you had to rebuild everything constantly, and it just got really old, and I kind of like lost my world to that for a little bit. I didn't make any cosplays for like a month and a half and just did that. Atlas wasn't so fun, to be honest, and it was laggy a little bit, but I still had fun. But I like those kind of games. I mean, I play DayZ right now, and I consider DayZ to kind of be like that to a point. But Alice got to the point where, at least the group that I was a part of, there ended up being way too much drama. And it's like, I just want to play, and I'll gather resources, but everybody was like stealing the resources, and then it was like, well, I don't want to gather more for you to use and not for me to use, and it just, everybody got too, yeah, for her. Also wasn't too, you need to join you for some DayZ. You have DayZ? Okay. I'm on the Trump's Wall RP whitelist. So you have to RP if you want to play with me, though. But you're welcome to, Shane. You like games like that too, like Ark, but Atlas was kind of poopy. Your group had a lot more drama than you're used to. Yeah. Oh, are you a part of my Discord, Shane? I think you are. Yeah, you sent, I need to send you an invite to my private Discord if you're gonna play with me. Okay. That or Mel, you can send an invite, I think. Or, I don't know who's got permission for my private one to send invites, but if you want, you can do that. Our group was something. Yeah. At least we got to, yeah, we did. We made a lot of new friends on there, so I do agree with that. It was a lot of fun to meet you for Sugar Brian. I still talk to him. Played Terrible still plays it, but he plays on his own, on a PvE. And that was a lot of fun to play with him. A few other people. I haven't got a message about Atlas in a while, though. I had some people, as people started quitting, I kept getting messages from people saying, I'll play Atlas again when you get back on. And it's like, okay. You talk to Sugar still, and that is aside from you guys? Yeah. Huh. Yeah. That you can host. It's actually looks fun to host in private. I just don't think I'll go back to Atlas, honestly. It was fun, but it did consume my life a lot. And I have to be very careful with me playing DayZ right now, because I don't want it to consume my life on there too. But I would love to switch over to the Red Zone server and do that one. Because that one you'll have, like for me, I want to do RP. I really want to. And I have a lot of fun with it, but it's, even though I'm on an RP server right now, it's kind of, each person has their own little clique. They don't really talk to other people, and the only time you see each other when you go to the traders, and then you can't go, like, I don't know, it's just, Yeah. But I want the experience with RP where I want a villain to come up to me and like hold me hostage and rob me. I know that's weird, but I want that. I want to have the RP experience to like act that out with them too. And kind of like go on that line. I want to cosplay as a cannibal in the game at some point. In DayZ, so I think that would be so much fun. But the server that I'm on right now, I don't think you can do that. Because, like, you can RP stuff like that, but I don't know how much you can on this one. Yeah. I've looked up other ones, but it's, I really want to do the Red Zone. That's the one I want to do. So we'll see. Hi me, welcome on. Thank you for the follow. What's up? Yeah. I've been making cosplays live for, we're over 2 years now, I think. And this cosplay, we're currently working on Atlantic All-Stars Mercy from Overwatch for the TwitchCon 2019 cosplay competition. And I'm a finalist for the, one of 4, for the larger than life category. So, welcome, welcome. Eventually we will go back to doing gaming streams on Fridays, since I haven't done one in a few months, you know, 2 years at least. Well, for cosplay streams, I think I did gaming streams for, like, I think a few months, like maybe half a year before I started doing cosplay streams. Your brother had a private DayZ server for months. It gets, oh yeah. Yeah, I understand it gets pricey. I know the one I'm on right now is constantly asking for donations and stuff. But that's what I've been playing lately. Depends how many people you want the server to hold. I don't know for DayZ if that's the case though. But maybe. I mean, definitely once you get to, if you get over 40 people, it kind of starts to lag. And then definitely when you get to like 70 and stuff, you can't drive cars and yeah. Okay. And this part right now that we're painting is the gem, which I probably should have done both of them at the same time, but that's okay. Yes, it's EVA foam right now on top of a white boot. It's a mixture of 2mm, 4mm, and I think 6 in some spots. There we go. And if you're interested on the rest of the build, I actually have highlighted the whole entire cosplay build for this. So you can check back on those if you're interested in like the moving wings or any of the other parts. Okay, cool. What kind of paint? So they're all airbrush painted. So like the base coat for like this one, it's all just Tester's airbrush paint. And then we're just using the heavy body acrylic Liquitex paint for our details right now. So you're still good friends with someone you met while playing DayZ several years ago? Yeah. What's your preferred to prime it for other paints? A lot of stuff refuses to stick to it. You usually use dot weld or thinned out flex bond. So I do tons of videos on how I make all of these. Watch some of my tips videos, and I do every step along the way. But they are, oh, I need to do silver on this. Basically, I use EVA foam, heat treat it, and then I'll do 3 coats of Plasti-Dip, or well, I'll use Quick Seal to get rid of the seams. I'll use, no, it's fine. No, I make specific like how-to videos for each of my cosplays too, on like step by step, and that answers like all the questions, and it'll give you like one-on-one instructions on it. So, but yeah, Quick Seal on the edges, and then I'll do 3 coats of Plasti-Dip on each of them, and then I do airbrush painting, and then hand acrylic painting for details, and then I seal with clear enamel spray paint. And then for my 3D printing stuff, we do sandable spray paint, and then the wall dap stuff that we sand off. So yeah, Quick Seal it's very there's definitely wrong ways to use Quick Seal. And a lot of people that have issues with it are just using it wrong. Quick Seal should only be used just very, very lightly on seams. It shouldn't be used to really like fill giant cracks. And it should be like a last resort kind of thing. And sorry, I'm trying to think at the same time. Wow. And you should really, once you apply it, you need to immediately wipe it off with a wet paper towel, so it's only in the crack or the seam that you're trying to fix. And it shouldn't be, like if you leave it on your material, it ends up messing up your painting and using a different texture, and like your Plasti-Dip also has a hard time sticking to it because it's a smooth surface. So 3D printing onto fabric? No. I've seen it done. I just haven't had any need to do that with my cosplays. Yeah. Showed that off a couple of weeks ago, I thought, Jim. I'll show it later if you remind me. But yeah, we finished it a few weeks ago. We ended up adding the magnets to it. I've not added the magnets to the wig yet, so I still have to do that. Right now, I'm just trying to get rid of some of the blue paint that went through, but I think we got it all. Oh yeah. Okay, so that one's done. You go to the side, and now we do this one again. It's less hot right now. And you can see Miss Jenna. You can see her back there. There's your cat cam. Jenna. Yeah. Hey girl. Hey girl. Yeah. This is her new favorite spot right now. She's been like sleeping there for like ever. Okay. Favorite spot, that'll change in a day or two. Yeah, definitely. No, it's the last like 2 weeks she's been there. I think it's cause the chair moved. And the chair's over by my workbench right now. And it's I don't know, it's just not. Oh yeah, the floor is completely covered right now with the wings and everything. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess back there. All of that, you've got the rest over there. There's the giant box. So yeah. Let's see, I might have messed it up. It works. No, I'm gonna be flying with it. The airline that I'm gonna be on allows it, so. Yeah, the whole costume doesn't have to go in that box, but for the wings, the main part of the wings that light up, and for the like staff and the skirt part, those I don't want to have them in a smaller suitcase. Typically, when flying with my cosplays, I have my largest suitcase that I measure everything to, but for this one, because of the wing extensions and just as a cosplay investment for the company, for the Tiffany Cosplay Company, I wanted to have something that was more easily for me to bring to conventions if I was by myself, where instead of having, I call it a caterpillar, where I put all of my suitcases in a line and then I use a bungee cord and I wrap them all, and then it's just me and I have like a caterpillar behind me because they're all smaller and like, you know, so I'll have sometimes 3 to 6 of them. And so this, having that trunk will make it a lot easier for me to travel to conventions, which has been like my biggest issue for going to conventions outside of Texas where I have to fly. I normally ask for a handler, and that's because most of my cosplays are really large, but then like the cost of flying, and then the cost of each bag, and then the cost of a hotel, it all adds up. And a lot of conventions will help cover some, but it gets to the point where it's not worth it when I'm going to a convention and I'm making a loss of money where I'm selling, like, I'll make good sales with prints and stuff at a convention, but when I'm still in the negative because of just transporting my stuff here because the con doesn't cover it or something like that, it's very difficult. So hopefully this will help with that. Like, I've had a couple of conventions that have talked to me in the past, and they'll be like, so what will it take? I'd love to have you come here. And it's like, well, these are just the basic stuff, and then I hear nothing back afterwards, because it's like, I know it's expensive, but I can't afford to go there unless you cover some of this, so... Which I'm so excited and happy to go to TwitchCon, because I actually can go to it with them helping out with the cost of travel. Otherwise, we probably would not be able to go at all. Oh, so there's been some excitement in my neighborhood. So the building I'm in, I'm on the second floor, and there's like a giant soccer field, or, well, there's a soccer field, there's a skate park for like skateboarding in front of me and stuff, and there's like a school down the road and a whole swimming, like, I get to see everybody, and there's tons of kids that are constantly walking in front of here. And the excitement for this week was there was a girl running around in socks when I was in the garage vacuum forming, and went upstairs in my studio, and I saw her downstairs next door to me. There's a cop, and she like pushed all of his stuff down on the patio and was running across the street in socks. And it was like, okay, and she looked like maybe she's like 16, maybe 15, I don't know, or maybe she just looks young like me. And next thing I know is there's a female cop running after her. There's a cop car coming that drives down, and the woman like points to her, and he steps out, and she basically walks over with her head down, and he cuffs her and puts her in the car, and it's like, what? So it was interesting. I don't know what she did, but she obviously did something. Oh, and then there was a guy, so there's a gas station, like, right door to my building as well. And so all of the kids, once they go to the skate park, they go back and forth, and of course you can buy beer and stuff there. So you always see the people that are, because behind my neighborhood is a very poor area, and so there's a lot of people that walk and go to the store and have beer and are just pissed drunk walking across, almost walking in the streets. So there was another guy that got arrested for that the other day. Yeah, it's, for living here for a month and a half, it's a very safe area because I have a cop next door, there's tons of cops, and, like, nothing bad really happens, but there's a lot of interesting things. There was a guy yesterday walking his motorcycle across the sidewalk. I guess he ran on gas or something, I don't know. So yeah. You love that the cosplay industry is all artisans. That is way more cooperative than competitive? No, they wouldn't have tased her. No time for shoes, like... Yeah, it's interesting. I think she was probably getting high or something, and she ran away from the cops that live next door. That's my thought. It's like tons of kids just walk. I guess the bus just dropped off and now there's like 20 kids in front. Oh my. I didn't see this yesterday. Okay, that's a lot of kids. Oh. Yeah, I know school's starting. I think some of school started last week and then school's starting this week. I don't know. You live about 2 minutes away from an area like that? Yeah. Like, it's not a danger neighborhood at all whatsoever. It's just kind of funny with the stuff that happens here. And it's very much a no tolerance for anything kind of place. We'll start having story time with Tiff. What happened in the neighborhood this week? I'm surprised Chella's not like right over here watching. I think that's why it's kind of her favorite spot now. Like being on there. Normally she's like closer to the edge of the sewing machine and then she watches everybody walking. So she can watch me and she can watch everybody. Oh, he's getting picked up. Okay. Just get a campfire background for story time. One day we'll get back to playing the Danganronpa or Danganronpa? I don't know. With the evil teddy bear that's trying to kill everybody. Yeah, I saw what he was playing today. I was not interested in it. It seemed a little, well, it might have been also because I was rushing to eat and to finish doing my airbrush painting and start the stream, but it seemed a little stressful and a little too much. Like the difference with the other one I was talking about is that one, there's still in between breaks and kind of doing stuff, where the one he was playing, it just seems like it's stressful the whole entire time. Looked very difficult. Yeah. I only watched a little though. I ended up changing it to watching Daisy. And thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Much love. The game he was playing was 999. What time is it? Oh. You really like some of those puzzle games, but you can never predict which ones I will like, or you will like, yeah. Oxygen Not Included looks so much fun. I had it when it first came out, like in alpha or beta, I don't know. So I've had it for a very long time, before they added germs to it and before they just released this. I guess it's the finished version now. And they've changed so much about it. Hey Smash Pokemon. You're completely addicted. Yeah, I didn't know you would be. That's one of those things where, like, it looks like a lot of fun. I really enjoy, I watch it occasionally. I just really enjoy that it's relaxing and that it, I like all the sounds, but they've added so much to it now. Oh my gosh, the skill tree is huge. Like beforehand, I guess they fixed a lot of stuff, but like when I was playing it, I think I've had it for like 2 years, honestly. Because we used to play it on stream. But it's just so different. They've got different critters now. They've got a bunch of different, like, you have other types of art that your little minions can make. So instead of just the one statue, the statue of Davis minion, there's like a bunch, like a thinker and one like standing on tippy toe, and like the paintings. It used to be only the Mona Lisa, and now I saw that there's the Scream, and then there's some other one. The Frida Kahlo one. And there's like a whole different like shower system and different plumbing, and you now have doctors. That wasn't a thing beforehand, so it's relaxing until your water heater goes. Yeah. It's a lot of multitasking and managing things, though. So it's not for everybody, but it's a lot of fun. Definitely recommend it if you haven't played it. Almost done. Okay, so those pieces are done. So now we need to go and do the outlines of these. Yeah, the blue is really pretty. So the other pieces, they really pop. The blue is, so it's the tester's air paint, or airbrush paint, and then I did blue and, so I hand mix them. And basically it's 3 drops of blue, 1 drop of white as the base coat. And then after that I do just solid blue on that to kind of give it more of that glow. And then I do I think it was 2 drops of blue and then 2 drops of black for the detail spots. So. And then with this, it was just the 2 blues and not the black, and then we're going to add more to it by hand. What's next after the boots? After the boots is the boot covers to paint. And then once those are painted, I'll seal everything with a satin clear enamel spray paint. And then, so they'll all be done. I'll add Velcro onto the boots and onto the little boot, like, covery thingies. Or the boot attachments. I have too many names for these things. So, basically this thing. I forget what it's called. But the other part to the shoe. So this ends up being attached to there with Velcro. So we'll do that on another stream. Or I'll finish it offline. And then the boot covers, I still have to paint the vacuum form piece. That's like a little fish scale kind of thing. And then attach that. And then the Velcro. Well, back to work, go. Got an emergency call. Oh, well, be safe. Thanks for coming. Bye. A thingamabob. Correct. This thingamabob attaches to this, and this one attaches to this. Any questions? Good. So you attach the thingamabob to this thingamabob. Is this the right thingamabob? I don't know. Like, ideally, I could have done airbrush painting for this part, but I kind of like doing a little bit of hand painting onto all of my cosplays. I feel like it adds just a little bit more depth to your creations rather than it just being one flat note. I was really skeptical at first about doing airbrush painting because, to me, most airbrush painting looks like you airbrush painted it. It looks kind of fuzzy and soft. It's still pretty, but it looked like airbrush paint. And so I like to try and add a couple of things so it's not just one tone. And by adding this stark, like, black acrylic paint by hand, it definitely shows the boundaries of where your pieces are, and it doesn't make it just look like it's one blur tool, I guess. It looks more detailed, it has a little bit more hand touch to it then. But it does depend on the costume as well. For Ruler from Fate, I did not do any hand detail on that one just because it was all silver, and I wanted it to feel kind of blurred just because it is supposed to be all metal. It didn't have different colors come together like this one. So it just depends. Geometric looks more crisp and defined. Yeah, I'd agree. And I'd say all of Mercy's characters, they have a little bit of smoothness to them, but they're very much... It's a Blizzard style. Blizzard likes to do... It doesn't really have shading. Blizzard stuff is like this color, and the shading is like the shadowing. So there's a stark line of black in places. Where if you look at like animes and stuff, a lot of times that one, it looks more like it's a shading, a gradient of colors. Yes, I will say that this Mercy did have some gradient in the skirt, but in general, it still was two colors next to each other in a sharp line kind of thing. Yeah, I liked weathered cosplays too, but it just depends on the character. Like for Mercy, I would not want to do, for these skins, I wouldn't want to do a weathered character for her. Let's see. For Ariel and Tyrael, I did weathered on them slightly, but I want mine to look as, my cosplays to look as close to the original character. So these are, I want them to look like this is out of the box. This is a character that you made. Where like Ariel, on when you zoom in and stuff, has purposeful damage scars, and I try to incorporate those into them. All this talk about Blizzard, and now you want Dairy Queen. No Fallout Mercy? No. No. I am very much, I like to get my characters as close and accurate to the original. So like when I made my Nuka girl from Fallout, that one, it was very clean. And some people who didn't quite know who the character was but knew Fallout were confused by that, and it's because, well, that's the character. She's the pinup model for the Nuka-Cola company. So, but, yeah, I don't mix and match the characters as well. So I haven't done anyway, and I don't really think I will anytime soon, but I don't do art versions too much. Unless it's like, this is an art version from the company of this character. So I don't do, like, this is a fan art of a Mercy and an Ariel character put together. I've seen really pretty ones of that. I've got people that have asked me to do that, but it's just not my style and not what I'm interested in. We're just adding our little gem details. And you can cosplay however you want. There's not a right or a wrong way to doing it. This is just how I prefer to do my costumes. Now I will be breaking that rule though with doing my bathing suit cosplays going forward. So like my Polaroid tier on Patreon, those are all going to be of me in a bathing suit version of the character of the month. So this one's going to be Wicked Lady. And so, yeah, from Sailor Moon. But that will be my only thing that I'm kind of breaking my rules, and none of that will be shown anywhere besides Patreon. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm doing a little bit of a detail like this. Trying to show it as much as possible. It's a little difficult. I'm just doing very slight lines to indicate that this is kind of a gem. Not too much though. The one on her shoes are light showing, but they don't they're not like shiny like a gem. There we go. Cool. Okay, and then we just need to check to see if there's any silver spots that we need to cover up real quick. actually good on this one. Yeah, one little issue I had with these shoes though is right here where my seam was. Because I'm in Texas and it's fucking hot. When I was doing my coats of Plasti Dip outside and it was 105 outside, your EVA foam does warp, and that was where, when it was sitting there getting coats of Plasti Dip on it, it actually, from the heat, started coming apart. So I kind of had to fill it with the Plasti Dip a little bit more, and you can still see a little bit of cracking and stuff. Or not cracking, but you can see a little bit of dots and stuff, which I'm unhappy with, but yeah. Can confirm it's hot. Yeah. Yeah. I changed clothes before my stream because I was drenched from airbrush painting this morning. So, okay. Next is our boot covers. Woo-hoo. Oh, well, if you do work with Plasti Dip, you have to use a respirator. If you don't use a respirator, yeah, it's really bad for your health. And you need to spray outside in a ventilated area. I have a spray booth in my garage, and I have tons of fans. And you only go in and out of the garage with a respirator on when I'm spraying. So, yeah, here's the boot covers. As I said before, right here is where the, I have like a little bit of a guideline. And I actually use an X-Acto blade to kind of cut into it, so I'll end up cutting it again, just because it's kind of sealed itself back up. But that's where the vacuum formed piece, the kind of like, it looks like a scale. I don't know how to explain it. But that's going to end up sitting there once everything's sealed. So, okay, give me 2 seconds. Had to stretch a little. I'm like, all stiff. The Advil is helping, thank goodness. Ugh. Like, I hate being sick. It's awful. Plan for today is to finish doing all of these. Probably wait till later tonight when it cools off a little bit, since we're getting to the point where it's the hottest part of the day. And then I'll try airbrush painting the little scales, then I'll seal all of it, and then tomorrow hopefully I can start assembling things. Okay, let's keep adding our black. And then once everything's together, before I add this, I'll actually heat treat the whole piece again, and then bend it to shape, add the Velcro, and then we'll add the scale as the very last piece. Mel, where we moved in DayZ, by the way, there is nobody up there, and there is, so there's a lot more loot available there, where in the surrounding areas that were lower, there wasn't. So that's a good note. Forgot to mention that earlier. Yeah. The lumberyard up north, it looked like somebody was building a base there, but was, like, to me it looked like somebody told them they had to take it down, partly, or not fully enclose it. So, noisy car. So is anybody watching any of the Gamescom feed right now announcements? Has there been anything that y'all are excited about? The server has something where you can vote on change to the server. Okay. Your vacation officially ends tomorrow? Oh, I'm sorry. Was it a good vacation at least? Yeah, that's good. Was it school or was it work that you're going back to? I forgot. You did a sailboat for almost a week. That's awesome. I've never been sailing before. I mean, I've been on like normal boats, but I've never been on like a sailboat. Well, money is always good. And typically, you have to have a job to make money. Was that something that you took time off for, or was that something that the company was like, this is your time off kind of thing? So in case you're wondering, right here, let's see if I can have it focus. So I didn't fully paint that corner. Kind of hard to see. Here, let me see if, so like in the heart, you can see that there's like lines. That's where the tape was. So what we're doing is we're actually going in and we're painting with the black to kind of hide that and add a little bit more depth. Adding the black really makes it kind of look less flat, and it's not flat in general, it is three-dimensional, but it adds just a little bit more of a layer to it. You sort of own your own business, contractor, millwright? Okay. I'm sure we've talked about it. Sorry. I always get confused on like whose is the job on this and that, and I don't know. I like remember the conversations when I'm reminded, but it's like I don't remember which. No worries. Thanks. It's like, just like I don't expect people to remember everything about me. But you should. So if you're wondering what this little random spot is, this is actually where the other piece is gonna wrap around and fit on here, and we're gonna have Velcro straps on here so you don't see it. It's typically how I do my attachments. You remember your name is Tiffany. Don't expect much more than that. Sounds about right. Alright, Stephanie, it doesn't sound bad. Oh gosh. I'm actually used to a lot of people calling me Stephanie. For some reason, Hispanics have a hard time pronouncing Tiffany, so it always ends up becoming Stephanie. And being in Texas, that's quite often. Guess you're not Hispanic enough for that one. No worries. Like a lot of times it's more of like the abuela women that are, they speak English but are very hard at speaking English, or they have a hard time with it. And the area that I'm in is a lot of people, there's a good portion of the people that live around me that don't fully speak English, or they speak no English. So I'm used to it. I know like enough to get by with my Spanish. So you had a good friend for a few years named Stephanie. Eventually probably confused. Oh yeah. Make us a steps video. Oh gosh, that's even worse than Tips Tips. I know my Tips videos are like the name of that is kind of iffy, but I don't know. I've talked a couple of times on that, on if I should change the name and all, and it always ends up going back to no. But steps, that's, for me, that's even worse. It's only cruel to people with lists. Thanks. Now I can't say it. To go to the store today. Miss Chella, she normally gets wet food in the morning, but I ran out on Friday of, like, she has a bowl of dry food that's always, it's an open bowl, but because she's becoming a little old lady, she's like 15 or 16 years old now, I try to give her some wet food in the morning just to help. And she got really spoiled on that, and she goes and sits there pretty in the kitchen and waiting, and then she ends up like, it's like, sorry. So I've been adding water to some of her dry food in her little special bowl, and she's been kind of eating it, but then also like, okay, no, where's the real stuff? Don't play around with me, kind of. That's how she comes across. So she's been a little sad because she hasn't been getting her special food. But I need to go to the store and get her some more. Went to Costco's now, and you have too many things that will spoil in a few days. Why not try chicken broth instead of water for dry food? I don't have chicken broth. But I'd rather she's good with the dry food. It's just, I can tell that she's getting older and she takes a little bit more time to chew. And I just want to make sure that she's totally healthy and totally like a wild cat. Zoom, zoom, back and forth. Like, most people come over and think she's a kitten. She's got that much energy, except when she sleeps during my streams like this. But I just want to give her that little extra stuff to kind of help. But the wet food, I just get like the little box of the, was it the feisty kittens or frisky I think? Something like that. And they're like tiny little cans, and normally a can will last her like 5 days. So it's affordable. She only gets like a little bit of it though. And then I water it down for her. Because she really just wants to lick it. You didn't realize you were going to on Wednesday, so you have to... Oh, why are you going there? You just reckon if you're wanting to soften the food, Oh yeah, no, it's, I was only softening the food, so, okay. She has a dry bowl that's open, but because I'm out of wet food, I wanted her to have something special. So I ended up, she has like a tiny little bowl that's all special for her wet food. So I ended up just getting some dry food and putting water in it. So it's kind of special. Not that she needs her dry food to be wet. It just kind of helps. It's like the fooling the cat kind of thing, that this is your special food, but it's not. I've never thought about adding chicken broth though to it. But she would probably just lick it. Like all the water out of it, and then the dry food's all bad. You can see the difference in both sides. I may have an ice cream break after I'm done streaming. I've got mint chocolate chip in the freezer, which is really yummy. But I've been craving, I kind of got hooked, now that I moved to this place, I kind of got hooked to Sonic's M&M Blast. Like, it tends to make me cough for whatever they do with their mixture, but it's kind of obsessing, like, for me. Don't know why, but I like it. And I like how many M&Ms they put in it, too. Sort of like a McFlurry. I think so. It's just vanilla ice cream and they put tons of M&Ms in it and then they mix it all up. But their vanilla ice cream is like frozen milk more. It's not as ice creamy, I guess. Your freezer is stocked with disappointment. So it's a disappointment box. Need to go get ice cream. Yeah. Soft serve. Kinda. It's like a what? I guess. Actually, that concrete is, I guess, a good, not tasting like it, but mixing concrete by hand, it is kind of that consistency, I guess. That seems weird now that we're talking about ice cream and concrete. They're pretty good. It's hard to pass up a good blizzard though. Oh yeah. I have no idea what you're talking about then, Shane. It's like now I kind of don't want to have my Bluebell ice cream. I want to go to Sonic and get the M&M Blast. Too much chocolate. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. Go have some nice ice cream. That's the next thing, Shane. Next time we do our tank stuff, we're gonna, during our break, we'll get ice cream and eat it all from Sonic. I don't know if there's a Sonic close to us or not. Ooh, dragonfly. But yeah. I still like Chewy's is one of our favorite. Chewy's I like, and then I like the burger place that you had us go to last time. Because they had drinks. I don't remember if we actually got drinks after or not. It's like every stream we always talk about food. Sounds good, or we could make a long run to Andy's for frozen. I don't do frozen custard. I don't do yogurt. You can go. I will stay back with the tank. When you used to live in Tampa, you'd always drive past a Sonic. Yeah. Oh, there's so many Sonics here in Texas. Like, every single exit, there's a Sonic or a McDonald's or a Whataburger. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think there's too many Wendy's anymore. It wouldn't be right if we didn't talk about food. Oh, yeah. No, it's not good. It's ucky. I'm surprised. I pretty much thought Sonic was like everywhere. But I guess that's also like thinking Dr. Pepper is everywhere. We need to get her to play Project... No, I'm not into that one. I looked at it some more and it's just not my thing. I've just always with yogurt and custard, I don't like the consistency and I just don't like the taste. Like there used to be a, what was it? I think it's Jamba Juice or Jamba Juice or something or whatever, and they always did their yogurt and stuff, and I always had to ask for not it. You can add it to the list of things that Tiffany does not like. There's a very long list of that. Jim. It took me a long time though to like, what is it? Cream cheese. I come and go when I like it. Like, it just depends. Like once a year I'll do, okay, now we're having bagels with cream cheese and raspberry jam, and then after that it's like, okay, now I'm not having it for another year. You'd like to get her to try it, but you pick your fights carefully when you twist. Gosh. Well, that, and you also know the games that are coming soon. Maybe we'll have our first gaming stream at our new place this Friday. Maybe we'll try to get that going. We'll see. Don't guarantee or count me on that, because I have not, since I've moved from my old place to here, I've not done a gaming stream yet, and I no longer have an IT during the day, so I gotta kind of figure out some stuff beforehand. Oh gosh, yeah, I know. When does it come out again? September what? September 13th, okay. What day is that on? Like a Tuesday, I'm guessing? I'd agree, Jim. That word's just kind of... Friday? Okay, that works. Well, maybe we will try to do the stream that day. Your Google. So weird to see so many school buses. I think that was probably the middle school bus now, and then if I remember right, my high school, like 10 years ago, I got out at like 4:15, so maybe it's like a new city that, like, I don't know the school system here. Oh, I did have last week, I had a football player come to my door, and he's like, "You wanna buy some coupons? Our coupon book?" And on, it's like, no, thanks. It was kind of interesting. I luckily didn't have him say, like, "Is your parents home?" Because I've gotten that a couple of times, and it's really annoying. And then there's a whole conversation with the people that are like, "Oh, so if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? How do you afford this? What's your job? This and that." And it's just like, go away. That's always fun. School doesn't start until September. How long do y'all go then? Yeah, I know they've changed the school system here quite a lot since I went. Where, like, it didn't end until... I think it doesn't end until, like, June now, and it used to end before that or something. Yeah, but you're from up north. High school and lower, it's September to end of June. Yeah. Like, cause my sister, both my sisters actually are in their senior year of high school now. Scary. But, I know for them, they changed a bit, and like, they were, at least when they were in middle school, I know they changed their system where it was like, they wanted the students to have more family time, so they created more holidays during the school year, which is great, except for if both your parents have to work, and then they have to take off, so it actually ended up causing more problems. So they ended up having more days off during the year, but less summer. University and college is September to April. Okay. Yeah, I assume the college here starts sometime this week. I haven't seen too many college kids though. Help out on the farm, at least that's why school is out in the summer. Yeah. Just the extra little black details are just making it pop so much. I don't know if it really does it on camera as much, but it in person is like night and day. Having a summer, but I just work at home every day, so I guess it's kind of like summer. I don't know. What are you doing? Oh, have you heard anything back from the job, Mel? Thing I tend to do with my acrylic paint is I do water it down some. So it's not too sharp. Not yet. You figured it would take 2 weeks or so. It's been 1 week. Okay. Some touch up on this though. You're up for the challenge? That's good. Well, hopefully you get it. paint. And I mean, I've done different types, not this heavy body stuff, but I wouldn't want to just because you'd have to really water it down, and then the consistency would be different, and then it seems like it would have more issues. Like, I'd rather just use acrylic paint. I mean, sorry, my tester paint. And I mix it on that, and then I just add some of the airbrush flow. I mean, basically, if you're gonna be using acrylic paint in it, the one type that I used, it wasn't the Liquitex. It was like smaller tubes, and it was already a lot more liquidy versus where acrylic paint tends to be more chunky. It was like the wall stencil stuff or whatever that was still acrylic, but you have to have it in a separate jar. You can't mix it in the cap at all. And basically you put a tiny bit of pigment in it, and then you have to really, really water it down with the airbrush flow improver. So paint that much, and then you have to fill like that much of airbrush flow improver, and at that point it is more transparent, but I don't think it's worth it because it's gonna cost you more money to do that rather than just buying the paints you need. And like with my paint for the tester airbrush paint, I mix it in cap and I have no issues whatsoever. So the other way, you'd have to really formulize it, and you'd have to have a lot of separate containers and a lot of planned mixing versus experimental mixing, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but like for me, I paint with how it looks when I mix my colors versus the formula, kind of this plus this equals this. Like the only reason earlier I said like I use two drops of blue and 1 drop of white is because when you do a giant batch of like mixing in the container through a whole entire costume getting the same exact blue, you have to kind of remember what it is for that. And I don't mind the slight gradient in different colors because it just adds to it, so. You're good at, wait, what? Oh, yeah. Hi, Discarded Foot, welcome back. I missed a couple. Sorry, let me scroll up a bit. Job, good chance to work out, but yeah. Hi, Vilted, welcome on. How are you doing? Okay, there we go. So now let's add the details to the gem real quick. If you're just joining, welcome. I'm Tiffany from Tiffany Gordon Cosplay, and we are currently working on the Atlantic All-Stars Mercy skin from Overwatch, and this is going to be for the TwitchCon 2019 Cosplay Contest. And I am one of 4 finalists for the larger than life category, and a total of 16 competitors for the whole thing. So let's switch to this actually. Okay. thinking about it, I could have categorized this stream as art since it's more of painting. But we've been doing good in the makers field. And because this is the specific gem, I've been doing a little bit of hand acrylic paint on the blue on the outer part, and it kind of gives a slight more outer glow, and then when we add the little bit of highlights to the gem, it makes it pop just a tiny bit more. But I'm making art, crafting art, maybe. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So let's add a little bit of white. I just realized I have to submit a headshot also today. I need to do that after the stream. Today's the 19th? Yes, so it's due today. Ah. Like I've got a list of things that I still have to do, so that I need to... We're redoing our Tiffany Gordon cosplay t-shirts. So I have updated ones for TwitchCon with the new logo. Or well, the logo I've had for half a year now. I only want a tiny bit of this white on there. Or it's not white, it's like a light blue, but just about white. Just because it is a slightly different piece. There we go. Do you have any tips for people starting out, trying to get more out there with their cosplays and trying to get commissions? I don't do commissions except for companies. Specifically, I guess the Overwatch League is, or Overwatch League, yeah, I've done commissions for. But, sorry, I gotta think for a second on that. It depends on, like, I'd say if you're just starting to make cosplays, don't worry about commissions. Just make things to have fun. Don't make cosplays trying to make money if you're just starting out, because you'll burn yourself out really fast. And let's see. Sorry, there's people playing. If you have been doing cosplays for a while, then definitely looking into commissions for making things for people is a good way to make money on the side. Don't accept too many commissions all at once. If you do start doing commissions, do some for friends first, see how that goes. Remember, like, the biggest thing for me, reason why I don't do commissions was, like, I have a Bachelor in Fine Arts degree and everything, and so I understand for trying to sell some of my personal artwork and things, your time is worth money. So let's say I made this boot cover for you. This boot cover has probably taken about, let's say, like 3 days to make, maybe? Well, we're just gonna estimate on that. So what is your, like, how much you cost or like charge for a piece? If you're gonna say $25 for a boot cover, okay, well that means if it took you 3 days, you know, you have to divide that by how many hours plus your cost of materials. For you to make this sheet, I had to get 3 different sizes of EVA foam. Each sheet of EVA foam costs anywhere between like $7 and $10. So just your cost of materials alone wouldn't justify that. And then also on top of that, your cost of time. So at that point, which a lot of people that are doing commissions, you're basically working for free and you're giving someone a piece. And that's fine if you want to do that, but if you're considering doing it for actually making money, you really need to write down how much it's going to cost you for materials for a piece before accepting. If you're good at wigs, I know a lot of people are really interested in wig commissions, just in general, because everybody needs a wig for their costumes. And that, I've probably seen more stuff come out of wigs just on people that I watch or I follow on Instagram and stuff versus like props. Wigs are also easier to ship, so you also have to consider shipping unless they're near you. If they're overseas, that's really a lot of shipping cost. Things like that. Like, I'd say really the business side of things is where a lot of people have issues with commissions for trying to make money. I'd say accept commissions that you already know how to make first when getting into there, and then once you're comfortable with doing commissions, then you can branch off and do things like that are a little bit more challenging that you think you can make but aren't like don't accept something too hard right off the bat. Does that kind of help? I'd say also it doesn't help it helps a lot to if you've competed with your costumes before that you've made, showing off your resume. Like, if you have a title of best craftsmanship for a commission person, that's good, because they know that it's not just you saying that you're good at this, you have other people saying that you're good at it as well, and that can kind of justify and help you get more commissions. Yeah, does help? Okay, cool. Quoting a price too high so you have a real problem with low prices. See, that's the thing though, is it's more of, like, for me, commission wise, like, there's some stuff that I've done for exposure in the past for some that I've made just because I know I'm gonna get a lot of publicity, I'm gonna be on TV, or I'm gonna, like, with companies and stuff. So you have to kind of look at the justification on that stuff. Yeah, I lost my train of thought, sorry. But it really just depends. I mean, for me personally, this is my job. I am full-time making costumes, streaming, Patreon, doing blueprints, tips videos, commissions for companies, and that is my full-time job. So for me, I have to really justify if I take on a commission, am I gonna make a profit on it, or am I only gonna make $5? Like, $5 in the end isn't really gonna pay bills for me. So that's why I typically don't take on commissions too much, just because in reality, you know. Okay, now we're going on to the next one. Sorry. Actually, it's 4:30. Ooh. cheers everybody, thanks for watching, and if you're enjoying the stream, press the follow button, it's greatly appreciated. And sorry I've had a headache this whole entire stream, so yeah. I'd say also, if you're going into commissions kind of stuff, look at other cosplayers who do commissions as their job. A lot of times, people that do commissions, they only do commissions and they don't tend to make costumes for themselves too much, except for like once a year. And look at people that are successful doing it, that actually make a lot of money. Look at other people who do commissions but might not necessarily do it as their job, and kind of compare and see realistically for you, not knowing anything about you or level of craftsmanship or any of that, like kind of compare both of them or a few people and kind of see what do you like about them for their business wise and what do you not, what would you improve for if you were them. Do you think you could be doing work at their level or at this person's level? And then you can kind of see, justify on, like if you're trying to do wigs or if you're trying to do props or costumes, kind of look at their pricing and their skill and compare yourself to, like, if you find somebody that they do pricing at this price and you think you're at that skill, then that kind of helps to justify where you think, and if you think that your time is worth that as well for money. Big projects for yourself once a year, then do smaller stuff on the side here and there for other people. Okay. I know a lot of people that also do commissions, they have either their own store on a website or they have an Etsy store, and if there's a specific prop that you're good at and you can make a lot of it, so like a Kingdom Blade, Kingdom Heart Blade, or like the Kingdom Key. If you see like a lot of people are asking you to make that, you can make a couple and have it already available in your store. And that's an easy way to kind of, like, you have to hold on to stock of that or like keep some available or like all. But that's another way you can go at it. And it really just depends on how you want to work and how you want to set your pricing. No more Iron Man suits. You hated the color red for months. Yeah. I can see that. All I saw was bunny hop, and I'm just thinking, Chaz has never been up the stairs. I should try that. Sorry, I have a rabbit, so. Yeah, stairs are not good for me. I've had issues with stairs, and I do not do stairs anymore with costumes, specifically with wings. They have wings, the wings come off. And everybody go around me, I go one step at a time, I hold a rail. Yeah. And we try to avoid them. honestly, these pieces that I'm painting right now make me feel like I'm doing a Wonder Woman costume. Just like different colors. Your back twists a lot going up and down stairs, so it makes sense. Yeah. I'm like seriously considering now going to Sonic and getting the M&M blast. Like keep looking at the clock and I'm just like, And it's nice. I'm going a little bit later than I normally do, since I did miss my last 2 streams. Do it? Yeah. I feel like if I go there, I'm just gonna get like a Sonic burger for dinner because I'm also lazy tonight. I made a really yummy Pokeball. Not Pokemon ball, it's a Pokeball. And basically did sushi rice with cubed salmon, and then I had edamame on the side, or well, edamame in the dish with carrots and lemon, and what else did I have in it? I thought there was one other thing. I don't know, but it was really yummy. It was the second time I've made it, but I've been having a lot of salmon lately. Nothing wrong with it. I absolutely love salmon. But it's like, I keep thinking about ice cream now. Really excited to see Mercy finish things. If you're interested in any of my other stuff that I've made, you can go to my website at www.tiffanygardencosplay.com, and I do all the behind the scenes there. Or well, I should stop saying that now, because all my behind the scenes are now on Patreon. I have a private Instagram, Patreon exclusive account where I do all my behind the scenes now of what I'm working on, so I'd have to say go there now. Ooh, I didn't think about that. My speech I've been doing for 2 years is now changed. Got all over there. Well, I think I'm gonna stop. I need a break. So, okay. Anyway, thanks guys for watching so much. I really appreciate y'all joining me back. Sorry again, I was sick last week, so we didn't have a Wednesday or a Friday stream. I know, ice cream time. So yeah, and we should hopefully have our stream on Wednesday, unless I'm sick again. Minu Crafter, thank you for the new follow. Much love. And we will be most likely continuing on our Atlantic Mercy cosplay. Probably we'll be going to the staff, maybe? Like, really the only thing left now is the staff. So it just depends on what I have left. If not, then we may start a new cosplay, maybe? So yeah, we'll see. So, really excited. But, maybe. So yeah, thank you all for the new follows, and if you like the stream and you haven't done so already, press the follow button, it's greatly appreciated. You also can get notifications on when I go live and when I decide to stream on random days, because that happens a lot. As well as you can follow me on any of my social medias. They're all at Tiffany Gordon Cosplay. That is obviously for Twitch, for Instagram, for YouTube, for Facebook, and also for Patreon. On Patreon, I do early access to all of my Tips videos. I do early access to blueprints. So if you are making this cosplay, I have blueprints on there available that are not available anywhere else. And then I have prints. I have Patreon exclusive Instagram account. So yeah, you can check that out. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, that is at Tiffany Cosplay. It's the only one that's different. As well as you can check out my website at www.tiffanyGordonCosplay.com, and you can see all the cosplays that I've made, and yeah, so. And thank you, Gummy Mr. Shane, for the 1,000 biddies earlier, and thank you everybody for watching, and stay tuned for the credits. So much love, and see you next time.